Hello Games has detailed the latest major update for No Man's Sky coming with the No Man's Sky Companions update. We'll talk about that, as well as a major PlayStation VR title being rumored. Now, I know PSVR titles don't really get the most buzz in the world, but if it's of a major IP, that could be something to be of note. And Chicory, A Colorful Tale is coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 in 2021. This is a super colorful game, to say the least, has a very, very interesting style of visual implementation, to say the least, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, as detailed on the PlayStation blog, announcing the latest new update, Companions for No Man's Sky. Sean Murray, founder over at Hello Games, has detailed it over on the blog, so I want to read a little bit of it. Noting the creatures you find on alien planets in No Man's Sky have always been a highlight for us. Ever since launch, we have wanted to tame and train the exotic animals you encounter on your travels. Companions is a huge update focused on these strange alien life forms. It notes a galaxy of new companions. The infinite and varied creatures you find roaming the universe can now be tamed and adopted as your companions. Once bonded to you, your new friends can be summoned anywhere, even aboard the space anomaly. You'll raise a new generation of creatures that have been well cared for, will lay eggs, incubate the egg in your exosuit until it's ready to hatch into a brand new life form. Explore together, creatures can be trained to perform chores like scanning for resources, marking hazards, providing torchlight, hunting hostile creatures, locating buildings, digging up valuable treasures, or even deploying their own shoulder-mounted mining lasers. Play together, unique personalities, alien neurotranslation, form your bond, companion customization, nurture the young, gene resequencing, genetic trading, performance optimizations, all that and more are going to be prevalent in this Companions update. I should note that outside of this, we'll go back to the update in a second, No Man's Sky, very conveniently, is on sale right now. You can get the game for $30, so obviously I think the timing of that makes all the sense in the world, but now wouldn't be a bad time to pick up NMS. And I'll say it over and over again, seeing this game's transformation since 2016 has been remarkable. Like, yeah, I always talk about Final Fantasy XIV making a crazy comeback, but No Man's Sky has done exactly that as well. Is the game perfect? No. There's still times where I haven't played it in a little bit, mind you, but I remember playing it back in early 2020, I want to say early to mid 2020, and it did feel a little bit rough around the edges, but it's such a better game than what it used to be. And then you also add in the fact that if you have a PlayStation VR headset, it is such an incredible experience. Like, I'm not big on VR, especially the PSVR, just because of how much of a hassle it is to set up with the configuration of my room, but if you do have an easy way to access your VR headset, yeah, No Man's Sky, absolutely a treat in that as well. And this being the latest update, I mean, we're going on almost 5 years since the game came out, and hopefully Hello Games remains committed to it. I mean, the PlayStation 5 version, from all accounts, runs really well, and this update should add another significant layer of content. And again, comparatively speaking, back in 2016, August of 2016, when this game came out, we were dropping a hefty $59.99. Now you're getting the game for $25 to $30, and you're getting such a better experience to boot. It's kind of a complete shift for No Man's Sky, which is kind of crazy to see, but yeah, there you have it with that. Okay, moving on from that, a PlayStation VR title is in development from Firesprite, and it looks like it's going to be a rather big title. Noting to the recruitment drive, the studio is staffing up for a, quote, VR action-adventure project adapted from one of the most original and successful multi-million selling console IP titles in the last 10 years. Now, there's a lot of games you could think of, and remember, Firesprite did develop the Persistence, so this would be something probably right up their alley. You know, the leading candidate seems to be Horizon, and I could definitely see a Horizon VR title just because it is a new IP that Sony has a lot of investment into, and Horizon in the sense of a VR game, I think that could work quite well given Horizon's world. It would definitely be a little bit of a different experience, but as an action-adventure project from one of the most original and most successful multi-million selling console IP, like when they say most original, open world action-adventure RPG with robot dinosaurs and robot creatures, I mean, when I talked about Horizon leading up to its release and when I thought of that game, the one thing that came to my mind over and over again about that game was originality, and that's definitely something at the forefront of Horizon. So a Horizon VR title, I think, could be quite good. And I think VR has kind of, you know, slowed down in terms of having a lot of marquee games. I mean, VR has a roster of games that I think are quite good. A lot of those games being, you know, games you can play with traditional controls or with VR controls, like your Resident Evil 7s of the world, and No Man's Sky, But if we can get some more VR-focused titles with a, notable IP backing it up like a Horizon, I think that could do really, really well. So let's see how that turns out. And while Horizon hasn't been mentioned specifically, whatever IP it is, it's a successful console IP, and it's an original and multi-million selling one, so it has to be a pretty notable IP. Like, could it be like an Infamous VR game? Like, Infamous originated in 2009, so it actually misses that 10-year window, but there's a bevy of titles it could end up being, but probably something for PlayStation VR, so let's see how that ultimately pans out. And lastly, I do want to note, Chicory, A Colorful Tale is coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 in 2021. Another one that's been detailed on the PlayStation blog, and it notes, the world's color has vanished and it's up to you to restore it. Chicory, A Colorful Tale is a coloring book adventure game from the talent behind award-winning indie titles such as Wandersong, Celeste, and Night in the Woods. So that is quite the roster of titles to have worked on. I mean, that says something pretty good about the game. Lead creator of Chicory, Greg Lobanov, started prototyping the game with one idea in mind. After playing a lot of games with drawing in them over the years, he realized he had never actually seen one where it was the main mode of interaction for the player. With this past work in the adventure game genre in both his professional and personal gaming experience, he started questioning whether he could take a player on the adventure while emphasizing the creative aspects rather than just strict problem solving so common in the adventure and puzzle game. He noted at the outset, I was just wondering if you can make a game where the main player interaction was drawing, but this game felt like the ultimate opportunity to engage an audience with their own creativity and to tell a story that intersected with all that too. Game definitely has a simplistic look to it, but it accentuates its look in a very unique way, and just seeing some of the gameplay in action with the coloring mechanic, I could see this being one that definitely stands out to a lot of people. And it is being published by Finji, again, Night in the Woods, Overland, Wilmot's Warehouse. And it is due out both for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 sometime in 2021, so it's not even that long way of a wait. Got some star developers working on it. Could be a sleeper hit this year. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, No Man's Sky's latest update will bring with it a lot of new content. Cool to see Hello Games remain committed to that. Are we in the midst of seeing a big VR title coming from Firesprite, the developers of Persistence? Could it be a Horizon VR title? I think that's something people would get excited for, but I also could expect an initial wave of, oh, it's a VR game. But at the same time, we have Horizon Forbidden West coming out, so those two in conjunction, I think, make a lot of sense and would definitely elevate Horizon as an IP quite a bit. And Chicory, A Colorful Tale is coming to PS5 and PS4 in 2021. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.